What's up guys, and welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to cover my first build in the Last Epoch. I did finish the campaign, or I guess you would say the story mode. I am level 59 now. I would have finished it at an earlier level, but because of the problems that they were having on launch, I did a lot of monster killing. So yeah, I am level 59. Just got done with the campaign mode. Basically, I'm running the Sentinel Forge Guard. If you've ever played Diablo 2, it's like the Hammered In right now as it sits. I might change some things around when I get into the end game further, but for now it's basically like running a Hammered In. It's actually a really fun build. It's got really good defenses and it does a pretty good amount of damage. I pretty much just have walked through everything in the game up to this point so far, and it's just been really fun overall. I will cover everything from A to Z. This is just a leveling guide, like I said, pretty much a 1 to 50, even though I am level 59. If you guys end up enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. There will be more gameplay at the end. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, we'll go ahead and jump into the skills and specializations. As you can see, I am a Sentinel, and the mastery that I chose is Forge Guard right here. Starting off, we have Hammer Throw. This is our main damage dealer. This is pretty much like what we do all of our damage with. So obviously, start off right here at Hammer Throw. We get Winged Hammers for projectile speed. We get Steadfast Path for a chance to deal double damage. Gives us a 35% chance. Double damage is always nice. We go down into Iron Spiral right here. Basically makes our hammer spiral around us. It does bring the mana cost up. We want to take Hammer Vortex. This makes your hammers also orbit around you as they're spiraling, so it's really good to have. And then next up, we're going to come over here to Catapult. This is basically going to give us more hammers right here. So we get 4 extra hammers that we throw out. Right here, we're going to get Avatar of the Spire. It basically makes it to where you throw them into a Nova and you get even more projectiles, which is really nice. And then down here, we're going to get Ballista. Hammer Throw deals more damage and costs less mana. We're going to go down here into Rapid Throw. Hammer Throw has an increased attack speed, so that way you're pumping out more hammers as quickly as possible. From here on, I'm probably going to go into Enra's technique. Basically, this is going to give us a ton more damage. As you can see right there, when they spiraled, the hit damage goes up by 80%. Critical strike multiplier per chain goes up 40%, but we didn't take chain. That's over here. We would get 40% crit multi if we took that. And then, our hit damage goes up 10%. And when they orbit, you can see down there, our base crit chance goes up by 4%. So I'm going to try this out. We might end up actually going with this to get us a nice damage boost there. Next up, we got right here, Rebuke. Basically, this is going to be our get out of jail free card. I mean, when we use Rebuke, you can see it gives us a barrier like around us that absorbs like 80% or more of the damage that we take. Over here we got Regenerative Shell, Brave the Elements. This is all just giving us, make it to where we can take more damage overall pretty much. I'll just go through this quickly though. Augmented Plating, Stoic Challenge, Mystic Aegis, and then Bide right here. And then down here we got Battle Meditation for mana regen. Our next skill up right here is Shield Rush. This is really nice. It's basically our movement skill. It does do some damage, and there's like a lot of damage stuff that you can choose around here. Or right here, Rush Mastery makes it to where it costs less, because it actually does cost quite a bit. So first thing, you're going to want to get 6 points into Rush Mastery to get the mana cost of it down. Down here, we're going to take Consuming Path for damage. Right here, we're going to take Warrior's Entrance, more damage, and base crit chance for the final hit. We take Shield Rush just to get around quickly, and it probably is one of the best, I would assume, movement skills in the whole game. Over here, we're going to take Ring of Shields. Now, this is actually really good defensively. It puts a Ring of Shields around us that absorb damage for us, and it's really nice to have. Up here, we're going to get Bastion. Shields rotate at a greater distance. Amos gives us, 3 additional shields, which is really nice because you want to get as many shields orbiting around you as possible. Right here, we're going to get Banding. Makes it to where your shields get more health and physical resistance. Down here, we're going to take Enduring Defense for Ring of Shields lasting longer, more duration on it. Over here, we get 1 and 2 Heavy Burdened. I may put more into here just to slow enemies that are, around us. That's pretty much it, though. Right here, Reinforce. You also get 2 additional shields, so you definitely want to get 2 points into that. And last but not least, we chose Manifest Armor. Basically, it makes a minion that, goes around with us. He does do a little bit of damage, not a ton of damage, but he does do some. And Also, he, serves as a meat shield. You just keep him spawned. But he can kill things, just he doesn't do anywhere near the damage you do. He's more there for a meat shield. But we take Steel Greaves. Basically, he's going to get a lot of your stats from the gear that you wear, especially like in this tree right here. We're going to get Great Helm right here. He gets more stats from your helmet. Iron Grasp for the gloves. And then Plate Mail for the stats from your armor. Over to here, we're going to get Titan Sword. That makes it to where he can equip a sword. He does more damage. Over here, he gets more health. Over into Bulwark, more health. And then Shield Bearer. So he also equips a shield. Just basically kind of beefing him up. Alright, now we'll go ahead and jump into our passives. Like I said, we are the Sentinel. This is our passive tree that we get no matter what. And then we chose Forge Guard. But first, we'll go into the Sentinel right here. I got 8 into Fearless. Gives us Vitality and Regens. Because I wanted to get my life boosted up and have good regeneration, which this build does have pretty good regeneration at this point. Stalwart, blocked effectiveness and block chance. 10 into Relentless, 50% damage and stun avoidance, which is nice. And then 1 into Axe Thrower. Basically, this gives us like a chance to, when we hit enemies, to throw an axe out. Every 1 second it can go off. And we're putting tons out right now, so we're always having that go off. Down here into Forge Mastery now. 10 points into Weapon Master. Strength turns into damage with this build. And then increase throw and attack damage by 30%. And melee damage. Now, with this build, we can only get pluses from the actual tags on our skill. And melee damage does not help our axe throwing at all. It has to be throwing attack damage or like things that say throwing in order for us to benefit on it. So right here we take Weapons Master for attack damage and strength, which gives us damage as well. 10 into Pelotast, throwing attack stun chance and damage. We're going to get 8 into Siege Captain, block effectiveness, and physical throwing attack damage with a shield. So we do wear a shield. We want to get our defenses up, and then basically this is a good one. It gives us damage and defense. Right here, don't worry about Smelter's Might. This gives us, I have 1 point in here because I have to have it to go forward on this tree, but I am going to get rid of this. This give us bleed chance, but with this build, we're going to focus on crit and crit multi more. We're not going to worry about bleed, so I will end up getting rid of that. We got 4 into Flawless Defender right here, armor and block chance. Or I'm sorry, yeah, armor with a shield and block chance. Iron Reflexes, Dexterity. Now, Dexterity is also one of our tags, so this gives us damage. And we had to take this to get over to here. Throwing attack critical strike chance, 120%. And then Javelineer, throwing attack critical strike multiplier, 60%. So it's a nice damage boost for throwing our hammers. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go into our gear really quickly. You can see on Hammer Throw, down there the scaling tags are physical, throwing attack, and strength and dexterity. So those are the only ways that we're going to boost our damage or gain anything for our hammers is through having those tags. So, melee attack damage and all that will not work. It doesn't count for the hammers. We definitely want to get crit chance anywhere we can. You can see right there, 53% increased throwing attack critical strike chance. With this build overall, we're going to be a crit and crit multi build. That's where we're going to get like our heaps and heaps of damage for this build. So, in the leveling process, try to find whatever gear you can with crit damage on it. Crit chance, strength right there you can see on my helm. Critical strike multiplier as the implicit on the helm. Right here you can get throw damage, physical damage also. As you can see down here, physical is the first tag. So anywhere you can get physical is going to give us more damage. Right here though, throw damage, physical damage, throw attack speed as the implicit up there. 25% chance to shred armor. Now we want to be able to basically shred lowers enemies armor. And we want to get, percent shred anywhere we can. So try to get that on any gear pieces that you can. For the weapon now you see the plus 33 melee damage. That doesn't do any good for us. We do get the base of 3% critical strike chance, which is nice. The only thing on your weapon you're going to get, damage from is actual physical damage. So you can see right there on the dagger, I have 75% increased physical damage, which is nice. 38% chance to apply frailty on melee hit, and 47% chance to shred armor. Like we talked about a minute ago, we want to get shred anywhere we can. Right here into the armor, crit chance on the armor as the implicit. Physical penetration with bleed, don't worry about that. Poison resistance. And also with my armor at this point, I just wanted to cap my resistances or get as close as I possibly could. And speaking of which, here's all my stats for my resistances and stuff. I need to get the void up a bit. My physical is at 67%, not too bad. My health pool is at 661, 142 on mana, 24% movement speed. But yeah, back into the gear. So that's right here for the chest. Right here for the shield, we got block chance, block effectiveness, and then the implicit on this shield that I have is kind of nice. Gives us more damage, 30% increased physical damage, and then you can see down there more physical damage, block chance, elemental resistances, poison res. Now into the rings. Your hammer throw can actually cost a decent amount of mana, so your rings are going to be a good way to get your mana cost down with hammer throw. Right here you can see throwing damage plus 10 and minus 3 to mana cost. That's really nice. That's going to bring our mana cost with any attacks down. And then our base up there, you can see 37% increased critical strike chance for our implicit, and then crit chance for that implicit as well. So definitely want to, while leveling, especially get those, get that mana cost down, and then get, resistances, damage, whatever you can on your rings. Right here into the belt, we're using this for the 30 mana, which is actually kind of nice. It helps to boost our mana right now at this point. I don't know that I'll be using anything like this later on, most likely not, but up to level 59 so far, this has been the best that I've found. Physical damage, 20 to all res, and endurance threshold. Right here, like we had talked about, just make sure to get the minus the mana cost on the rings. Down into the gloves, I got as much, I'm trying to get damage anywhere that I can. I got throw damage right here, 11% of armor mitigation also applies to damage over time, which is kind of nice. These are some of the experimental gloves. So 31 endurance threshold and physical resistance. Down into the boots, obviously you want to get as much movement speed as you can. I got 24 base percent, or 24 overall percent right here. I got crit chance, strength, which is damage on this build, armor, cold resistance. And then right here for the grail, for the relic, I have the implicit of mana, just because this is the best that I've found so far. Increased physical damage, elemental resistances, and endurance threshold. And then over here into the idols, you obviously don't know during the leveling process what you're going to pick up. The best one that I've picked up so far right here is the 6% chance to cast smite when you hit with throwing attacks. So basically, we got that 6% chance. If we get like 4 of these around, that'd be really nice. That'd give us a 24% chance to cast smite when you hit with throwing attacks, and we're constantly spamming out tons of hammers. So it'd be having smite come down nonstop also. So that's probably the best idol that I have right here. Just get what you can. 40% chance to shred armor when on hit with throwing attacks. That's kind of nice. You can get physical damage, crit chance, health. There's all kinds of good stats that you can get on here. Just make sure you get stats that actually apply to the build or to damage for the build though. Right here, resistance is a good way to cap your resistance as well. Health on kill, physical damage, chance to bleed, not too important. I was going kind of the bleed route at first, but I'm going to get rid of that. Down here, stun avoidance, elemental resistances. So yeah, for the idols, just get whatever you can that's best suited for those. All right, guys, really quickly, we'll go into the loot filter. I'll just kind of show you what I have set up. This is probably not perfect, but this is for the items that I wanted to see that pertain to the build. So we know that we're using a shield. I wanted to just show one-handed weapons. For the one-handed weapons I have set up, you can see right here, to show the axes, maces, scepters, swords, wands, and daggers. I'm just going to take a look at everything that drops at this point. I'll probably actually end up dropping the wand right there, and then maybe the scepter. I don't think they really have good implicits. Down here, hide all magic items. I basically have it to where it's not showing magic items unless it's one-handed, up here. Right here, hide all normal items. I don't really want to see any normal items also. Right here, hide rare, and I have 8 types of items that I have selected that I want hidden. I went in specifically in the one-handers, did wand, all of the two-handers, and then in the offhand, quiver. So, that's just basically how I have it set up. Down here, so right here I have it to where it's basically going to show all items with certain affixes. As you can see right here, let's take this up. I picked certain attribute ones. I went with all attributes, dexterity and strength, because those benefit the build. Throwing, damage type, certain damage types I went down here: physical, phys pen, and minion physical penetration. And other affixes, that go for the Sentinel. So, anything that goes with the build is basically what you want to set your loot filter for. If you're looking for life, set it for looking for life. Physical, as you can see, like our to scale, hammer throw, physical, throwing attack, strength, dexterity. Those are all in there. So that's basically how I have my loot filter set up. For the end game, I'm sure I'll have a more optimized loot filter, which there will be a guide for this build in the end game. I plan to take it to end game. Hopefully this guide so far has been helpful. If it has, like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. This is my first build in Last Epoch, so if there's any tips or tricks that you can let me know down below, that'd be great as well. There will be more gameplay at the end if you want to go ahead and check that out. Thanks for watching.